Right, we're going to be looking at this question of this mechanism over here. I'm just going to read the question to you quickly. It says here, a linked crank mechanism consisting of two cranks AB and CD joined by a link DP, which is fixed at D and slides through B. Detailed drawing of the mechanism, a schematic diagram of the mechanism. The motion as the crank AB rotates in an anti-clockwise direction, crank CD rotates in a clockwise direction at the same velocity. The instructions: draw to scale 1:1 the given schematic of the mechanism, include all labels. Trace the loci generated by point P for one complete revolution of the mechanism. Show all necessary constructions. Right, let's have a look what we need to do. First of all, you need to draw the schematic diagram over here, and we're going to be looking at how to get the point P as it moves, and we need to get the loci of the point. Right, first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to label this thing. It said that this needs to be rotating in an anti-clockwise direction, so I'm going to label this thing in an anti-clockwise direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going around to 12. This one is going in a clockwise direction, so I need to label it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going around in a clockwise direction. Obviously, you've broken your circles up into 12 equal parts. Okay, from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take lines going from my point number 1 to P, goes through point 1 over there. So point 1 at the top over here is going to be where P is. I'm now going to be moving point 1 over here is going to move to point 2. I'm going to draw a line coming out from point 2, going out there. And after that, I'm going to measure off this distance 1 to P over there, and I'm going to move it to point 2, and I'm going to mark off my second point at that point over there, and that becomes point 2. So point 2P. Right, once I've done that, I'm going to go to all of these lines over here. Let's go from 3. I'm going to draw a line coming up from 3, going through 3. I'm going to go to 4, draw a line coming up from 4. Go to 5, draw a line coming up from 5. Go to 6. Don't be shy with these lines that you're drawing, because you need to measure off quite a long distance on them. There I go. 8. Right, I'm just going to do those points before it gets all confusing. So I go to point 3 and I mark off. As I said, don't be shy with these lines. Point 3 would be somewhere over there if that line joined up. Point 3P, go to point 4. Point 4 will be somewhere over here if this line could just come out. There's point 4. Go to point 5. At least I've got that line length, the right length. 5P, 4P, 6P, 6P, go to point 7, 7P. Okay, you'll note that I'm writing 7P, etc. Point 8, let me do that one as well, keeping that same distance. So there's 8, that's 8P. And now I'm just going to change the color just to make my life a little bit easier. You obviously only have your pencil, but for this exercise on this thing, right, there's 9, 10, we can draw straight the way across here. 11, go to point 11, 12, 12, and it obviously goes back to 1. Same story, that distance from 1 to P. I now need to go, where am I? I need to go to 9, mark off point P on that line, so 9P, go to 10, mark off over there, there's point 10P, go to 11, there's point 11, 11P, P, and then go to point 12, which is up here, 12P. Right, once I've got those points in place, I can now join them up. A nice little arc which is going to go through all of these points that I've found. Eight, going around to 9, which then goes to 10, 11, 12, going back to 1. Once I've got that in place, I should use French curves, or if your freehand works, then use your freehand, and you should be able to get a nice, beautiful curve going between all of those points over there. There it goes. And back. Right, there it is.